To me, there's three types of people in the world, at least for the discussion that I want to chat about today. If you're watching my channel, you're the third type. There are people who don't see the light. There are people who see the light and they're jealous and hateful. And then there are people who are the light. So that's what I want to chat about today is if you're a super outlier, that's kind of what I want to call it, or super outcast maybe. Maybe you don't have friends. Maybe you don't fit in with your family. And when I say don't have friends, I mean don't have friends yet. If you're anything like me, you probably have people who want to be your friend. But I'm at the place now, at least, speaking for me, that I don't want the responsibility, and the level of those relationships is not where I'm going. But I know that I will have friends when I want to, and they'll be the right tribe, the right people. You know, maybe I'll meet you through this channel or when I get out of Sydney, because this is also a journey about how I'm trying to, my life has been turned around, but I am still stuck here for various reasons, and you might want to follow because I'm trying to get out and do greater things, but I'd love to get out of Sydney, and I just know my friends are not here, so I don't need to waste time trying to make friends, but also I had to release my old friends. Okay, this is not a discussion about not having friends. So if you're a super outcast, the people who don't see the light, so that would be just people who are caught up in their own world, and maybe they are in the rat race, they go to work, or they have very narrow views and they just sort of live those lives, and they're happy to. And in living those lives, they really don't see your light. They already know what they want. They want a career or financial security or to own a home. They're part of like normal society, I guess you could call it. So, and they're either nice people or they're not nice people, it doesn't matter, but they just they're not really interested in what you're doing, and they don't really see the light in you. So they might give you advice like, go to uni, get a career, be secure, that kind of advice that does not actually suit who you are. Oh, can you hear me? There's like a chainsaw party going on now. Serenity now. Literally, it's like a scene from Fern Gully. I think they're wood chipping. I'm just gonna keep talking because I think it's not too loud. So they might give you advice like, I don't know. It is good advice. I mean, if I had done that, I wouldn't have fucked up my life if I had followed that kind of path, but it's just not, it wasn't possible for me. It's still not. Even in the last year, trying to transform my life, you try to jump onto the merry-go-round, and you just get thrown off because you're different. So they'll give you advice like that, and some of it is good advice, like get a career, be stable. Yes, there are times as an outlier when you're your life is so fucked up, like financially or relationship-wise, that you think, why can't I just be normal? Why can't I just do the normal path, get a career, get safety? Look at those people around me. They have this, they have that. But it's just not who we are. And that's fine. And then the second group is super toxic and dangerous, and they are the ones, they're close to you, and they see your light, and they see that you're special. And so they're watching you, even quietly. And some of them are playing sweet. Like I have a cousin who played very sweet, but actually she's calculating inside. And this is the thing about life that I learned, and I learned it just in the last couple of years, and I'm over 40, is that everything is not as it seems. So we as outcasts, we look like the bad guys, we seem like troublemakers, and we're actually empaths and loyal and the sweetest. And then the ones that seem sweet and always say the right thing, the golden child who's everybody's favorite, they're actually pretty dangerous, toxic people. And what they mostly feel inside when they see you or someone like you is jealousy. And then it causes them to do all sorts of things You know, they're ambitious, but they're also jealous, and they will screw you. And you've probably been screwed by friends and family. I have. I'll do another video about that, actually, specifically about this group and a couple of ways that you get screwed as a super outcast or an outlier. But just know this is the second type of people. They're in the world, they see you, they want to be you. They want what you have, they want your ideas, they want your clothing, their style, they want the way you talk. And if you speak up, you look crazy. If you say anything, like that person's copying me, that sounds crazy. I couldn't say that 40 years of my life, but I would say it and I would look crazy, because when you're a kid, you'll say stuff and you don't really have the maturity not to just walk away, kind of thing. And also, if they're your family member, you think, what's going on? I might question it, and you have the maturity to kind of confront these things. But no, they will screw you. And then if they do pretend to patch things up with you, they want to do it in a public arena. They have to do it so everyone sees, because they're not genuine. They don't actually want a genuine relationship with you. And they're hateful inside, because you just naturally have something that they don't have. How you might know, also, like if you're the third group, the light, kind of different. For me, all my life, people stare at me. Like, my husband would notice this, past friends and boyfriends would notice this. Like, people look at me, look me up and down. You probably emit a very playful, happy, joyful energy, or there's something about you that is very self-actualized, that these people who can spot it and they stare at you. So you might get stared at a lot. Babies stare at me a lot, but also kids won't babies will stare at you, but kids won't like you. Kids don't like you because you're like another kid, and there's like a competitiveness there. It's like dogs. They're kind of like, I like you, but I'll fight you. So kids don't hate me, but you might feel bad about yourself because you're not instantly likable, like the golden child, like the narcissists that feel jealousy. They want to be you, but they also are popular. So you look around you and you go, that person's popular, they're likable, I'm not, but I'm inside, they're rotten and you're a light. They're dark and you're a light. I shouldn't say rotten necessarily, but it's pretty bad, honestly. They're dark and you're a light, but dark isn't even bad, so I think I will say rotten. So, yeah, but I didn't care. I mean, I don't need kids to like me, so there you go. That's just an example too. You might find other examples. Actually, people might instantly like you because you have charisma, but that popularity, such as popularity in the family, you don't have that. There's some wall there. Yeah. So you're out. Unfortunately, I guess what I'm saying is you're outcast, you're out of society, you're not in, but it's the best thing to be. It's literally the best group or the best type of person to be on the planet. It's very rare. And when you can transcend and not give a fuck what anyone thinks, not care anymore, you might have to go no contact with family and friends like I did. Everything changes, the world opens up, and then you will meet the right people, you'll meet other lights, you know what I mean? And all the lights gather, and you're changing the world. The light changes the world. I truly believe that. It's not a bad thing, and it's who you are, and it's who we are on this channel. This is the community of people that we're speaking to. 2 more points I want to make. The first is, you know that you're the chosen one or a special one or an outcast, and a super outcast or a super outlier in your family. You know you're different in the world and you're part of this. Like, if I had to put a percentage on it, it's probably 1%. Well, maybe I feel it's growing. Like, we crossed the threshold from darkness into kind of a time of light, but maybe it's 5% or 10%. I don't think it's as high as 10, to be honest, 5 or 3. Anyway, my point is, you know you're one of this very rare type of person. If you are very playful, joyful, extroverted, you'll talk to anyone, you're a light who sees the best in everything, and you just love being alive. Not all the time, you'll have hard times, but in general, and yet you like to be alone, maybe with your pets. You just want to dance around the house, learn things, self-study. We call it an introvert, and I'm definitely an introvert. It's where you get drained by too much interaction. You rather be alone, you rather self-study, but it's also, to me, a symptom or an indicator of trauma and abuse from people around you that have been either not able to see your light or completely hateful and jealous of your light. So you prefer peace. You want peace. You want to just have chats in the park with a cup of coffee. You want to dance around in your lounge room to music. That brings me to another point. So the latest Taylor Swift album came out. I'm not a Swiftie, but a lot of her songs and lyrics have seen me through hard times, for sure. So the latest album, she has this song called Eldest Daughter. And when I heard the lyrics the first time, I absolutely bawled when she says, "Every eldest daughter was the first lamb to the slaughter. We all dressed up as wolves and we looked fire." I spent my whole life living semi-authentically. I had a fantastic life, but you dress up as wolves, you try to face those jealous and hateful people in your life, but it's not the truth. It's not who you are. You're actually not. You can be savage at times. That's part of what I'm here to teach on this channel, how I discovered that. But yeah, those lyrics really made me cry. And also she says in that same song, "I have been afflicted by terminal uniqueness. I've been dying just from trying to be cool." It's part of the same thing. One of the most amazing things about being alive in 2025 is that suddenly the conversation's changed and people can talk about how they were copied, people are jealous, sisterhood wounds, dressing up as wolves, being the eldest daughter vibes, and being a lamb to the slaughter by your fucking family. Like that. This is the incredible thing. It is our time now. It is your time now. Like 2026 is probably going to be your year, because I know it is for me. And so it's just the best time to be alive. And I already said it's the best type of person to be, and it's the best time to be alive. So it's literally the most magical time to be alive and on the planet. And the last point I want to make is something that you got to do, or I had to do. I realized it's not enough to just be above everything. So the people that are being jealous, the people that are being hateful, your family misunderstanding you, you reach a point where you let that go and you transcend and you can be free. And that is part of reinvention and being reborn, because you release the past and you let go, you get out of the cage into the world. But it isn't enough to stop there. You got to reach your potential too. So that takes work. That you got to also release traumas. That takes work. You got to find self-love, which creates discipline, or find discipline, but that takes self-love. So like, it isn't enough just to realize those jealous people are nothing, but it helps. Like sometimes I would picture certain people that had hurt me as the smallest dot and floating away in space like a scene from Gravity, except with the cord cut. Bye-bye, you know what I mean? So it's not enough though just to let that go. You gotta well, you don't have to, but I am, and you will. You kind of have to find happiness. You will then step into like the most incredible version of yourself that gets shit done, accomplishes things that those people just can't either imagine. If they're the first group, they don't even imagine. They can't even see that far. If they're in the second group, they want to be it, they see it, but they'll probably fall back to society's ways and, you know, try to get success that way. So you're light years beyond them all, and welcome super outcasts, super outliers to these chats. I hope you're out there. If you are, say hello, leave a comment, ask me to talk about, you know, something maybe you want me to talk about. I would love that. See you in the next one.